I am so tired of hearing about colonialism, but only whenever it's in regard to Israel. Oh, Israel is a settler colonial state. Zionism is a product of European imperialism, Jews or colonizers. So let's walk through some real history, okay? First thing, how did the Romans get to the land of Israel? Oh, that's right, military conquest. Judea was an independent Jewish kingdom, and then Rome invaded, crushed all of the uprisings, destroyed the Second Temple, enslaved and exiled Jews all across the empire. Then Emperor Hadrian tried to erase the Jewish people entirely, renaming Judea to Syria Palestina to humiliate and erase the Jewish connection to that land. Next came the Byzantines, Rome's Eastern Christian successor, and they didn't come from the land either. They inherited it as part of Rome's collapsing empire, and they enforced Christianity through imperial rule, another colonizing power. Then the Islamic conquest, which swept through during the 7th century after the death of the Prophet Muhammad. Arabs aren't from Israel either. They come from the Arabian Peninsula. They conquered the Levant by force. That's how they got to Israel. Not by heritage, not by indigeneity, by empire, by force, by violence. Then come the Ottoman Turks, who ruled the land for 400 years. Did they inherit it peacefully? No. They took it by war, by force, by expansion. Another empire, another occupier. And finally, after World War I, the British Empire seized control. Did they give the Jews a state? No, they actually restricted Jewish immigration during the Holocaust. They actually empowered Arab regimes, and they backtracked on many promises that they made to both the Arabs and the Jews. They eventually pulled out, gave it up to the UN for a partition. It was accepted by Jewish leaders, rejected by Arab leaders who had no sovereignty and no control in that land. So tell me again, who's the colonizer? Because the only people who originated in this land, who were there before the Romans, before the Arabs, before the Ottomans, before the British, were the Jews, who throughout all of this actual imperialism and colonization were driven out, murdered, and scattered across every corner of the earth. But now let's just kind of flip the script, okay? Jordan, created by the British in 1921, never existed before. Syria and Lebanon were sliced up by the French. Iraq, a British invention. Even the term Palestinian as a national identity in the modern sense only emerged after 1948, specifically 1964. It isn't ancient, it is a post-colonial identity. One of the requirements for indigenous status is to have your own culture, ethnicity, religion, whatever it may be, prior to the colonial entity taking over. Arabs don't have that. The Jews do. Do we not understand that most modern Middle Eastern states are themselves the result of Arab, Ottoman, or European colonialism? The Arab conquests themselves swallowed entire civilizations like the Assyrians, the Phoenicians, the Copts, the Berbers, the Persians, the Kurds, the Maronites, and yet nobody accuses these Arab-majority countries of being settler colonial projects. But Jews returning to their own land through literal legal pathways under a land that wasn't owned by the Arabs, that's when people start to get mad.